The Earth Has a Soul by Carl Jung. This was one of the most influential books in my younger years. I read it when I was 26, so that's 12 years ago. And it's wild to go back and reread it. This is pretty heady existential philosophy, existential psychology. So let's just dive right in. Too much of the animal distorts the civilized man. Too much civilization makes sick animals. This dilemma reveals the vast uncertainty that Eros holds for man. For at bottom, Eros is a superhuman power which, like nature herself, allows itself to be conquered and exploited as though it were impotent. But triumph over nature is dearly paid for. Nature requires no explanation of principles, but asks only for tolerance and wise measure. You see, ships are contained in the sea, so they form part of it, and fishes are living units in the sea. They are not at all like it, but they are contained in it. Their bodies, their function, are marvelously adapted to the nature of the water. Water and fish form a living unit. This is a very modern point of view in biology in explaining the instincts, for the most remarkable facts have been discovered about the adaptation of one form of life to another. One of the best examples is the leaf-cutting ant. There's an ant in South America that cuts round pieces from the leaves of certain trees and carries them into their underground cities, where they have sorts of cellars for the cultivation of certain fungus. There they heap up the leaves, making a kind of hummus. It is like a cabbage plantation or a kitchen garden. Naturally, the trees do not enjoy that leaf-cutting process. They dislike being deprived of their vital organs. The leaves are their lungs, so they make a contract, a sort of trust with the enemies of the leaf-cutting ants. I think it is a little red ant that is their mortal enemy. The trees have developed certain hollow places in their trunks, in which a sweet, sticky substance is secreted that tempts the red ants to inhabit those tree trunks, where they enjoy the sugary secretion, and at the same time, they protect the trees against the leaf-cutting ants. There are plenty of such examples, amazing things which cannot be explained. Is it that the tree thinks, how can I combat these leaf-cutting ants? Can I not hire their enemies as soldiers to protect me against them? If that is not so, we must assume that life is a kind of unit, that it is really a continuum and meant to be as it is, namely, all one tissue, in which things live through or by means of each other. Therefore, trees cannot be without animals, nor animals without plants, and perhaps animals cannot be without humans, and humans cannot be without animals and plants, and so on. The whole thing is one tissue, and so no wonder that all the parts function together, as the cells in our bodies function together, because they are of the same living continuum.